Hold on. I can't be asked to have the starting soon screen. I'm not waiting those 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. Oh, my bad. There we go. A little bit less festive. You can't see it. The model is not on screen. There we go. I'm on the gaming scene. That's why it looks weird. That makes sense. You see, that one makes sense. Let me add my lights, if possible. If I remember how to do that. Warm. There we go. That's nice. Hi, chat. I'm doing the stream very quickly. This was meant to be a significantly more in-depth stream where I was gonna talk more about oshitrain and I was gonna take questions from the audience. I am so overstimulated. I am so unreasonably overstimulated, but I did make a moral obligation to talk about this, so I will give you the bare minimum, and I'm gonna make this short and to the point. So this is like a video. You can treat this like a video. If you watch the VOD later on YouTube, it's probably gonna be like 10 minutes. And I'm gonna treat it like a video. I have made my notes on Discord, and I will be reading them and going in short depth into each of them. The short gist of things is oshitrain is going independent. This has been a decision I've been thinking of since the last strain. It was a result of just seeing the last strain and us raising almost $7,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation, and I just went, you know what? We can do something with this. We can make it bigger, but I knew I can't make it as big as I want it to be within the confines of the Twitch creator clubs. For those who don't know, oshitrain is a rate train collaborative project that I started in December of 2024 when Twitch's VTuber Creator Club was first created. It was a completely voluntary project. I am in no way affiliated with Twitch. This is not an official Creator Club thing. There are so many other trains in the VTuber Club and in the Twitch Creator Clubs in general. There are so many. So I know there's people out there who are doing similar things and amazing things. I just know that with the way I want to make things, I want it to go bigger. And I can't make it grow as big as I want it to be on Twitch due to a couple of limitations and a couple of things that I don't think feel right. So, moving on to my notes on Discord. Initially, oshitrain started as a project made to showcase the VTuber Creator Club's diversity and their immense creativity, given people from all time zones, all walks of life, all parts of the world, streaming over the course of multiple days, and just getting to show off what they've got. The last strain that was in September went way over my expectations. I went in with a $500 initial goal. We ended up raising $6.8 thousand for the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is something I would have never dreamed of being able to do. And it made me realize I have the power to use this. And I had to take a second and step back and figure out how I wanted to do it right. As of today, oshitrain is expanding just a slight bit from just the raid train into a collab group / server. We'll be having 3 different kinds of things. We'll be having the regular oshitrain, which will hopefully be every other month. We'll be having our Minecraft server, which has been like a little thing in the background that I didn't really spotlight enough, but I'm going to work together with Starlight Bell and Daphlia, who are the 2 amazing co-conductors. Oshi World was mainly their idea, and I'm just gonna help spearhead it in a way that I think is gonna be enjoyable for everybody. We're gonna be working on this over the next few months, and hopefully we'll have it in time for maybe February. I don't know. I'm putting a lot of promises that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep, but we'll see. And then the third is what I've dubbed indie cabins. I'm really taking the train theme here, you guys. So the indie cabins are basically independent collaborations made by whoever wants to make them, and they're just hosted in the server. Like, they are hosted within the Discord server. They're not necessarily affiliated with, they're not necessarily sponsored, I guess. We don't have the money to sponsor shit. But it is just hosted within the train, so that's why they're called indie cabins. I really do hope that we get the chance to foster like a nice community in Oshitrain. That would be so awesome. So with this also comes a couple of other things I've been looking towards. I want to further solidify the Oshitrain brand. So that's gonna have hopefully I would really like to commission the same artist who made my logo, who you can see on the top left. Avina, very, very talented artist and graphic designer. Would love to get them to work on some assets for Oshitrain, to have official assets, not just a logo. I would like a logo, I would like overlays, I would like a stream transition. They have those things on their VGen, and it is a matter of time until I make an irresponsible purchase. I would like to do this. I would like to host more giveaways. I did feel a little bit bad because with the way the giveaways were held in the last strain, I held 2 Silk Song giveaways, and then there was Rain, who hosted Hades 2, and there was Cake, who hosted an art contest, and both of those were funded by them. So I feel really bad. I do want more of the giveaways to come from within Oshitrain. I don't want people to spend money out of their own pocket for these things. If this is my project, I want to be able to fund it. There is an asterisk on this, and I will return to this asterisk in just a second. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking over and seeing how exactly I want to format things. I've announced this on Twitter. I've announced this very vaguely on Twitter and a little bit more specifically on the Twitch Creator Club Discord. That the train will be coming back. And the first train back will be, let me just make sure that I have my calendar right. On the 23rd to 25th of January will hopefully be the next train. Hold on, I have to get a jacket because I'm actually shaking because I'm so cold. Hold on. I love that I put on my headset for this and I have no music playing. 1 second. I should get my iron levels checked. I might be a little anemic, which is why I'm so cold so often. Sorry. I was trying to hold it together, but I just really couldn't. So yeah, I wasn't actually sure when Oshitrain was going to be back, and the thing that prompted me to revive it in a very kind of impulsive choice is an announcement from After Midnight Candlery. If you don't know who After Midnight Candlery is, they are a small independent business. They make VTuber themed candles. I don't remember if they make other stuff in the sense of candles, but I just know they make candles. They recently came with a post saying that it is very difficult for them to be a disabled, like, independent business owner. And with how things were going, like, they were financially struggling. And with that combined with how well the train in September did, I decided this is a great opportunity. Immediately sent a quick message to Belle and Daphlia, the other conductors, to make sure we were all streamlined on this. And they said, yes, this is an amazing idea. Let's do it. I reached out to AM Calorie. They didn't respond to my DM, but they did make a post publicly saying, if you want to fundraise, you are free to do so. After midnight, if you want to hit me up, I did DM you. And if you want to reach out and do something, hit me up. So yeah, that is going to happen January 23rd to 25th. It is going to be 48 hours. I know that in the past we've done 96. And before you say no, the trains will never get longer than 96 hours. I don't want to do that. This train specifically is just 48 because it is incredibly short notice and I'm scared I'm going to underdeliver. I have no problem with being swarmed with applicants and having to extend the train. I would rather keep it 48 just so that we have something stable to work with. It has been a couple months since the last train, so I would like to just start from ground zero, do something that I know I can do at least well, or at least do it to the degree that I want to do it. So I wrote down two questions that I think could probably be asked about the train. The first, will the train stream on Twitch? The answer is yes, but. As you know, obviously the train started as the VTuber Creator Club train, the unofficial Creator Club train, which is why it was important for me to stream it on Twitch. However, going independent does give me a little bit more freedom. The train will be streamed primarily on Twitch. And the reason it is streamed primarily on Twitch is because I don't know of any other sites that have the raid feature. TikTok doesn't have it. YouTube doesn't have it. I will never fuck with Kick. So all participating streamers must have their slot on Twitch. However, if you want to, you are more than allowed to stream on YouTube or TikTok, or fuck it, if you want to stream on Instagram, you're free to do so. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, if you do stream your slot on Kick, I'm not going to control you. Like, that's your own can of worms to deal with. I'm not going to blacklist you. Probably. We'll see. Do not take my word on it. And then the most important question, how can I join the train? So, there are 3 ways you can join the train. The first is I'm going to make a Google form, which is just for contact information. And then I will send you the link to the Discord server where I'm going to organize everything. The Discord server is also one of the reasons why I wanted to go independent, because it's going to make organizing so much easier. It's going to be able to make me reach out to train participants and potential train participants so much more easily. So if you, I'm going to make the post. I'm going to send that on my socials when the form is ready and just get a general show of hands. I will probably go around asking if bigger VTubers want to join, and it would be super cool if they do, and I would be really happy. I've said before, on the last train, on the September train, I had emailed a bunch of like big VTubers like, hey, I'm hosting this charity event. If you want to join, that would be super awesome. I got 0 responses. I will do it again. So that's exciting. The second way is, if you know me, if we're friends, just DM me. That's very simple. The third way is if you are on the VTuber Creator Club Discord. If you're on the Twitch Creator Club Discord, hit me up. The way I'm going about it right now is if you are in the Creator Clubs, you get an immediate pass because I trust you. With this being such an important project regarding uplifting the VTuber community and supporting the VTuber community, I want to know that I have the right people on board. Which is why I'm hosting signups and not just going, hey, here's a Discord link, you should join. I don't want to do that. I want to do this right, and I want to put enough effort into it so that it turns out well. And I am going to focus a little bit on quality over quantity. That is to say, odds that I don't accept you, incredibly low. I don't think I'm gonna straight up deny people, but it would just be nice to know the vibe that I'm heading to and to know the people I'm inviting to the train rather than just welcome in everybody blindly. I want to put a lot more care into this than you think I do. Applications will remain open indefinitely, and I will be sending out invites probably monthly if I remember to do that. And then you will be pinged on the server when trains happen. It will also give you some extra inside information that comes out earlier. All of the announcements that I'm making right now, I made on the Discord yesterday. I made it last night. So yeah, you get a little bit extra info in that train. Will it be open for viewers? No. This is a collab server. I'm not letting the viewers in. No, if you want insight on my own personal endeavors, you can join my personal Discord server. Or not personal, but you can join the Astro Cookie Discord server. You get the fucking point. Join my Discord. I also made a few quick points about Oshi World and the indie cabins. I already went over those. The last thing I want to bring up, and this is arguably the most important thing, I want to be incredibly transparent, and it is the aforementioned asterisk. While I did recently start a new job, I do want to keep giving everything to the stream while also continuing to be my own independent creator and doing my own shit and also existing as a person. So life costs money. I don't know if you know this. Life costs money. So as of right now, I am uncertain if I can single-handedly fund all of the train stuff that I want to do. Like, I want to get the graphics, I want to get assets and whatever. And that will happen in time when I have the funds. Which is why, and this is a decision that I made together with Daffala and Bellflower. And I made sure they were okay with it, and they said, yeah, this is fine. Let's just make sure that we're transparent about it. And I knew from the get-go I want to be transparent about this, because doing charity events and not telling you where the money goes is a little scummy. Wink, wink. We've seen July. Sorry, that was that was fucking stupid. So starting with this train, I will be taking a 5 to 10% cut of donations that will go directly back to the train. And I'm saying 5 to 10% very generously. I'll go into the math in just a second. I just want to say 5 to 10% of proceeds will go back into the train in the form of giveaways, in the form of making the Minecraft server, in the form of merch? I don't fucking know. In the form of getting new artists on board, getting like highlight clips, I don't know. But art costs money and life costs money. So in order to keep the train going, I am going to need to get it funded in some sort of way. Now, speaking of the aforementioned map, the last train raised $6,800. That is $6,800. 10% of that would be almost $700, which in my opinion is way too fucking much. Which is why I say 5 to 10%. I think it will be a very dynamic range. It'll be a very dynamic range depending on how much money is raised and depending on how much I think we will need. It will never surpass 10%. And I'm going to have to still think a little bit more and solidify further how I feel about like publicly announcing the exact amount we take, and I'm gonna like have to think whether or not that is the professionally correct choice to make. But I do want to make that clear that in order to keep this train going, there's gonna be a little bit of income that needs to go in order for me to keep it to the level that I want it to. In perspective, I don't need too much. I know how much I need. I'm not going to take excess money I'm going to be very calculated about this so that I can give the most to the people and the charities that the train will support. Because that is the recipient. The recipient is in this case, it's After Midnight Candlery. In the last train, it was the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I have a couple other ideas that I'm probably going to run by the other conductors, so I'm not going to bring any other names yet. Whether it's a person or an organization, I do want to be very clear about those amounts so they know exactly, and that there is a transparency and an honesty, because that is something very important. And donations like this can make a huge difference in somebody's life. So again, cannot stress this enough. I'm going to be super transparent about this, because I know the moment this strain is quote unquote monetized, it is a very, not slippery slope, but it's a very thin line, so to speak. And I want to make sure you know where the line is, and I know where the line is, and any additional third party knows where the line is, so that we all know we don't cross it. And if I do cross it, I want you to beat the shit out of me for it. So yeah, TLDR, oshitrain is coming back. It is going to exist independently of the Twitch Creator Club. Although if you are in the Creator Club, you are way more than welcome to join. Next train is going to be 48 hours long on January 23rd to the 25th, benefiting After Midnight Candlery and helping them financially, because they support VTubers, and I think it's only fair VTubers support them back. I would like to host a train for Black History Month. I will have to think about how I want to do that, because I don't know if you can notice it. I am not Black. So I may have to check in and see how I want to do this correctly without, speaking over other people's voices. That's a realization I'm making right now. I would love to do a train for Black History Month and raise money for I'm trying to find the words and I can't find the proper words for it. I feel like Black Lives Matter style charity. I don't know the specific name for it, and I'm so sorry. But I don't know how to do that as a non-Black person and not step over actual Black VTubers. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens. And if not, I'm just gonna massively repost other people's stuff. But yeah. Basically, the much shorter version is September train went super well, to the point where it made me really, really question, what am I doing this for, and how am I doing it in order to make a positive impact and a difference? And this is how we're gonna do it. I really hope to keep the trains to the same standard that the September train was. I do think it was probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. And yeah, I hope it can keep growing and snowball into something much greater than I can ever anticipate. And yeah, I will see you on the 23rd for oshitrain. And I will also be streaming tomorrow. Don't worry, I'll be streaming tomorrow, and I'll be playing Slay the Princess. I said this on Twitter. On Twitter or on Discord, I actually don't remember. But yeah, oshitrain is independent now. Yippee! More information to come. Go follow my Twitter. It's @AstroCookie. Most information is probably going to be on my Twitter. Or on the Twitch Creator Club Discord if you're there. That's probably where I'm going to post things. I hope to have, within the next 2 or 3 days, the sign-up form up, and we'll go from there. If you ever have a question that I have not answered in this stream regarding the train, on the YouTube VOD, you can comment it, and I will do my best to answer. You can ask me on Twitter. Or if you have me added, you can ask me on Discord. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope you continue supporting me and the train moving forward. And I hope we can make a positive difference and a positive influence on the VTubing community and the VTubing sphere. Thank you for coming to my 25-minute long TED Talk. I will now proceed to sleep for the next 12 hours.